My name is Finan Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Finan Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Okay, welcome back to Focal Point on Monday, September 18, 2023. We are not going to talk politics on today. We are going to talk strictly education related issues. So at about 4:45, we will be entertaining uh, three students from First Global Robotic Team Liberia, and they will be explaining to us what is the meaning of that particular institutions, and we'll be definitely asking them all of the hard questions regarding their institution. So my name is Ken Lyndon Topa. I want to welcome all of you for furthering this segment of the program. Focal Point on Focal Online TV, the hub of innovation. We bring you the best. We are the most independent fact-based media institutions within the length and breadth of district tech team in Liberia at large. So very shortly, we will ask our producer to auction all these students into them, and then we can rumble into the issues that matter. My name is Kay Lyndon Tropa. I'm your humble presenter of the program Focal Point on Focal Online TV. Not to waste much of our time, we will ask our producers to place our guests on the streams. Okay, welcome back after a very short break. Now we have three brilliant Liberians on our camera. So we will begin with the first person who is seated here, Willem C. Salif, and he will introduce himself. Willem, welcome to Focal Online TV. Just tell us your name and just give us a few details about yourself.
It's an honor being here at Focus Online TV. My name is William C. Salif. I'm the captain of First Global Spin Club Team Liberia.
Okay. So the next person?
Yes, I'm actually there. I'm a graduate of St. Stary Episcopal High School from the southeastern part of Liberia, Maryland, and it's an honor being part of the First Global Team Liberia. I'm a technical staff at the team.
So you travel from way Maryland to be here for this particular interview. So the next person?
I'm Christopher Dashi Komodo Jr., and I'm part of First Global Team Liberia. I'm part of the programming of the team.
All right, thank you. You guys are most welcome to be here on the program Focal Point on Focal Online TV. And you guys are most heartily welcome to be in our cruising studio. So let's get into the issue. Williams, Salif, tell us about French Robotic Team Liberia. Just give us a little history about French Robotic Team Liberia.
So, Team Liberia is a very non-governmental organization that prioritizes STEM education. We was funded in Maryland County, to where one of our students here today is hail from. So we began participation with the first global annual robotic challenge in 2017. That started in Maryland County, and the first person who brought first global to Liberia was Prophet Chima, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He's the one that brought first global to Liberia, and it started in Maryland County with one of the able mentor, Mr. Redeemer website, and since then, First Global have been a very, very, very unique platform where Liberian students can express their thoughts on science topics like robotics, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And Team Liberia, as a whole, we do have a lot of good students to be real that think about Liberia off the box. We are engineers, we are scientists, we are mathematicians. So Team Liberia do have that platform that teach students about these various fields. So if you look at Team Liberia setting, we do have a gender equality where we have females mentors and then we have male mentors and we also have a lot of male students who are on board for this year.
Uh, okay, thank you for such a beautiful introductions of the entity, First Global Robotic Team Liberia. Can you tell us with specificity, since you people were established, what are some of those things you guys have been involved with in terms of improving the educational systems in our country?
So, like robotics, firstly, when we talk about improvement, that which we raise awareness with all of the various high schools in Liberia so that we can get students who are more interested in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics so that they can all bring themselves to how point in these fields. So, like representing Liberia is one of the homework things that STEM Club Team Liberia have been doing over the past years. So since being Fonet, Team Liberia have represented Liberia on the first global challenge 5 times now, and that which is hosted in different countries each year.
Okay. Okay, let us rumble into the issues. We will get to Isaac. Can you tell us about your first role on the first global team and any specific responsibilities you have had since the establishment of this entity?
Oh yes, actually it's of gratitude to be a member of First Global Team Liberia. And since I've joined the team, I'm one of the technical students on the team, and my role is to help in building the robot. This technical student build the robot, like we have separations, like assembly line. Each student performs their own function. In the assembly line, work are done accordingly, and the art student will do the design of the robot, they draw it, the technical student bring that to reality. You look at the picture, design, and you bring it to reality with all of the necessary material that is provided for that dish. After you bring this to reality, now move into the programming student who will program that particular robot for a specific function based on the challenge you are going for. So we have been very grateful for being a technical student. You know, it's always been a dream to work on such STEAM projects like building robots and making the robot work for a specific function. Seeing your dreams come to reality is an aspiration for me.
Okay. Okay, let's go to Christopher. Christopher, since the establishment of, or since the introductions of First Global Robotic Team in Liberia, how have been the reception from Liberian students? Are they very much attracted to this project? And how do they see this project?
Liberian students as a whole, most of them are now focused on STEM, really, or the few that are focused on STEM, they put in their time and work. We even get our students by going to high schools and asking for the best students. And then, First Global Team Liberia, we work together as a team. Well, the students there, they are passionate about building their mechanics and programming robot. So students in Liberia are interested at first, but then to put in the work and time, they don't. So we hope to get more students over to join the team in Liberia to get to Liberia together.
Okay, you hope to get more students on board. One who asks you, because I want to believe that you were not part of the foundation process, but what really inspired your decision to join this particular entity?
Um, from the time I was little, I had passion for programming. So then when I saw First Global Team Liberia, I saw it as an opportunity to improve on my skills, to improve my programming, to build connections and gain experience. Because the First Global holds a competition that allows students to be able to communicate, socialize with other students from around the world. So being a part of that, that's a very great opportunity.
See there as a great opportunity. Let's get to the captain, William C. Salif. Describe a challenging problem or obstacles you are faced with since the establishment of the team or since the introduction of this idea into Liberia, because I earlier heard you make mentions of Buffer Shima, who happens to be a very prominent government official, and describe the obstacles, some of those challenges you people may have induced since the establishment or the introduction of Team Global Liberia.
Yeah, so that's a very wonderful one that we will like to express with a time. So it's like Team Liberia, we ready to face a lot of challenges that I can see, but with the one that is mostly the top of all is support and funding. So at first, Team Liberia, we received a lot of support when Team Liberia first came to Liberia. Like, okay, well, first Global first came to Liberia, where Prophet Chimo was the one who brought that into Liberia, right? So we received a lot of support back then, but after a while, like the support I received at first, it has been limited. It has been limited. So we face funding problem. Luckily, quite recently we do receive support for Orange Liberia, so our sponsors. We receive support from Digital Center, Orange Digital Center, which is one of our sponsors. But getting Liberian students is also one of the most difficult things.
Okay, yeah, getting sponsorship is one of the most difficult things. But one who asks the questions, looking at the fact that the current speaker of the House of the Liberian National Legislature was involved into the foundation of this process, don't you think that it would be prudent enough for you to continuously to engage him so that he can be able to, seek further funding to facilitate the operation of this entity?
Okay, so I don't really want for you to get this wrong, but we receive support from Buffer Chima, like I said earlier, but like the way it was at first, it is not like that. So we understand like there are sometimes things like blow phone shots when it comes to equipments.
Yeah.
There are sometimes things like blow phone shot if they have great planes. But to accomplish these planes, sometimes it can be financial breakthrough. Sometimes it can be like we have the technical know-how, but there is no one there to push that idea. No specific individual who have that funding to push that idea. So these are the people who need to come on board. But Chima is actually a very great sponsor for us. He's actually a very great sponsor for us. But he alone cannot do it. We do have people who believe they are competent of helping education, but yet them still they are not coming in to help Team Liberia.
Okay, so one who asks the questions again, as aside from Buffer Simmons being committed to sponsoring this particular entity, one who asks that there are a series of other NGOs that may be very interested, looking at the kind of zest you people put, the kind of energy, the kind of potential you people put into this thing. They may want to contribute massively towards this particular organization. Have you been able to engage these guys on a frequent basis by sending a communication to them? Say yes, we are about to initiate this project. We are requesting your assistance to be able to facilitate us. Have you been engaged into those things?
We have tried, like if I can recall, we have tried with a lot of individuals. We have tried with local entities, NGOs, but yet and still we do receive like, okay, you guys can come, and then it will just be for a short while. It will just be for a short while. Here is the issue: STEM education is not a temporary stuff. STEM education is a continual process. And that wish, I mean, let me take the medium to highly appreciate one person who always standing by our side, Sister Wilhelmina Brown. Sister Wilhelmina Brown, she's one of the founder of this NGO that we are part of today, or this organization that we are part of today. So she's one of that person who helped us get sponsors and run behind these people, help with funding so that this thing can run on a very unique platform. But yet and still, if you get the individuals for them to help you or an entity for them to help you, there are sometimes it will be like, okay, we will do this and then it go with nothing. We will do this and then it go with nothing. We're behind their back because we don't want to know our education. We know what we want. We're behind them, but yet and still some of them they are not putting up.
Okay, you have been engaging them, but they have not been committed to supporting you. Okay, let us look at some of those specific issues from the from this case study that was presented over to me. Uh, what technical skills have you developed as a member of the First Global team? And how have you been able to apply these skills in real world situations? Isaac, you can respond to that.
Yes, or actually,
Mhm.
the question is good. I like the way you asked the question, but I would like to make a recommendation before we continue.
Yeah, make it.
I, you should not be directing the question, just pose the question on the flow. Like sometimes another person may have their opinion
Okay,
on
okay.
it.
That is
Yes,
brilliant.
so to get to your question, I've learned a lot of things after joining the first global STEM club in Liberia. Like before, I could just see someone bring a robot car, they hold in their hand, and they'll be directing the car with the remote. I'll be like, oh wow, that's magic. That is switch. It's not normal. But after I've joined this club and I've quite hard to read about them and see them do them myself, I've learned that those things are not magic. It's just like our country have left behind. These things are not exposed to the student here. Because if you see modern technology countries like Japan, Japan, and other countries around the world, you understand that students on primary school level they are exposed to those things.
So I am recommending that it should be incorporated into our curriculum.
Sure,
Yes.
sure. It should be incorporated into the curriculum. And if you see Team Liberia is really doing her best to get the idea of STEAMs and robotics across the entire country.
Okay. All right. In the wake of trying to I call to request or maybe allow a lot of schools to incorporate this thing, have you been able to engage some of the school authority about this? Have you guys been able to engage it? Because this is a very brilliant idea. Looking at you guys involved into this modern innovation, it is indeed a plus for our Liberian case. Have you guys been able to engage those school authority and that they can be able to attract ideas from what you guys are saying?
Yes, we have been able to engage them.
Mhm.
And we went to schools, demonstrated our projects and control some of our robots, and they were happy. This some of them said they will call back so we can be able to help our students and teach, but we're still waiting on them.
Yes, as my colleague just said,
Mhm.
we have been trying hard to get the message across. We've been from school to school. We've been encouraging students, and we have had the administration of those various schools we have gone to. They give up sweet words like, yeah, this is a very good thing that these students should be exposed to this. Or I want to incorporate your team to be helping us. We are willing to give up the idea as long as we take our contribute step forward. The team is willing to lead the way. As long as we expose science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Let me make robotics know. Like we went on DWAS campus a few months ago, we want to spread on the information of robotics. And
What was the reception?
yes,
Is it that the people were very excited about your being there?
Yes, they were.
Mhm. Okay. So how do you stay updated on the latest advancements in robotics and engineering?
So we are scientists,
Mhm.
we are engineers, we are mathematicians. So we do have a unique platform that is shared with us, like the First Global platform. So First Global, firstly, is a robotic organization or that is owned by Dane Kemi. Dane Kemi is one who invented Excavator. So the opening of hub where students of the entire world can have things that are up to speed. So, like if you are participating for First Global Challenge, First Global is an annual robotic challenge that every year is select one topic for the world serving grand challenges that we are faced with. So, like education, health, sanitation, renewable energy, all of that stuff are they're bouncing each and every. So what first of all look at the timeline where things are being declined, where you will come here and they say, okay, you guys have to present on this topic, send in your robot, do this, and then come and play this play as a robotic game. So we are up to speed when it comes to the technology around the world.
Mhm.
Just imagine in Nigeria quite recently,
Mhm.
a guy fix his own jet plane. We have students in Liberia who do have that mind. Like students that are sitting here in the studio today. Students that are sitting in the studio today, they have mind to fix census doors. They have mind to allow June to fly. They have that mind. So every time we see things, it just like, oh, okay, we want to improve, but we are lack of money.
Okay, you want to actually bring that particular idea to Nigeria, you are constrained on the basis of funding. So, can you provide an example on how you have applied new knowledge to improve your team's performance in Liberia? Because we are relating it, because you guys are representing Team Liberia, so we have to relate the perspective to Liberia. So,
Yes, or relates to your question,
mhm,
then to a lot of solutions to relate first global new topics to our country.
mhm,
Like this year topic is 100% necessary and important in this country. Hydrogen horizon. In the hydrogen horizon process, we generate electricity by combining and oxygen. And that is something that have been something that we are since then. We don't have stable electricity.
mhm,
Our current since the foundation of this country is not stable. So if we were taking into at the end the measure that first we were explaining it, how we generate electricity from hydro, it means that we can put electricity business behind because during the game, all of the processes, all of the processes we start producing electricity, water.
mhm.
Yeah, so if those policies are taught to you already, everything you need now is the support or the
Yeah.
funds to buy those materials and implement it to your country.
So
Okay, okay. One could ask the questions and say robotic competitions often involve tight deadlines and pressure. How do you handle stress and manage your time effectively in such situations?
Honestly, it's time tiring for us because sometimes our practice area is not around the places we live. So some of us have to move from 5 places, or we put in our work and time. We're always there. There are pressure. We do this step. Our captain always talk about discover and recover. Where sometimes we go forward with a robot, and then we'll face problem. We have to dismantle the whole thing, then start over again to build it back. So pressure, we can handle pressure. Can't lie. So we've been
Yes,
trying our
yes,
best to do everything.
so to buttress to what Christopher is saying,
Mhm,
Team Liberia do have wonderful mentors,
mhm,
both male and female. So these mentors they are there to teach us what is necessary for us to move forward. So like handling pressure. There are sometimes we as team members or students of this wonderful club, we form shots with ideas. Our mentors are there to help us with these ideas and then we brainstorm it together. So like for instance, if we were facing a kayak today
mhm,
or draft train today, so it'd be like if I'm adding this motor at this point and then the motor is not necessary, where I know it will carry us, they will allow me for my idea to be shared first. And if we try it, few people notice that this idea is not correct. Everybody try my idea, and then we go back to that idea. So it'd be like it have a very complex and enjoyable learning environment where we have scientists, engineers sharing ideas and making it work. It's actually a pleasure being.
yes. If anyone says that
mhm.
student of Team Liberia does not face challenges, actually the person is wrong. Even our mental self is their own challenges
Mhm.
because everyone has their personal life schedule. But in life, no matter what happens, as
You
long
have the
as you have passion and you are determined, you will always be successful.
You will always be successful.
And that is what works with Team Labio. Every one of us on the team have the passion for robotics. Every one of us are determined to making Labio a new country if it comes to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's why we have always been pushing our goal no matter what happens. There are difficult times, but we overcome them with determination and passion.
Okay, you guys, this Oh, okay, folks, we have three brilliant gentlemen in our studios today. And the most important thing about it is that they are Liberians and they are willing to share their expertise in the areas of STEM, because STEM has been one of the areas that has been lacking in our schools and in our at the university. They are saying that a lot of Liberians should develop interest into this particular idea. So let's get to them. Can you share a memorable achievement on how your success stories from your time of the first global team? What did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, so speaking of our experience, rewind our mind back to a challenge that was hosted in Washington, D.C.
So you how many of you went there? How many Liberians or students went there to participate? And what was your status that you obtained after the conclusion of the challenge that was hosted in Washington D.C.?
So Washington D.C. challenge was very unique. Some of us that are in studio here today, we wasn't part of that team that represented Liberia back then.
Wow.
But
Okay.
Liberia came fourth in Africa and 12th,
Second.
second in Africa, sorry, and 12th in the entire world.
Mhm.
So with 183 countries, and then Washington Liberia, who education system at by that time
Mhm.
was had our former presidency a mess.
Mhm.
So we was a mix, and then Washington coming second in Africa and 12th in the world was a proud.
Mhm.
And also carrying our mind back to the previous challenge for 2022, where Team Liberia participated in Switzerland, Geneva,
Mhm.
where but then I captained the team for the challenge. We went there with a robot that was incomplete. Team Liberia did extremely well when it comes to that entire competition. Just imagine, Team Liberia built an entire robot with 1 day, where other teams around the world 1 week, 2 weeks to build robot. Liberia built robot in 1 day. And with that, Team Liberia came back with an achievement that is silver medal for population. We came out with that United countries, and we came out with silver medal for population achievement. It was actually great for us. Yeah.
Yes.
It was actually great for you guys. It was actually. How do you feel? Are you guys disappointed over the fact that sometimes you go to a very big competition that is hosted at the global stage, and you look at your friends and they have the availability of the resources that are needed? Do you feel sure that Liberia, where you representing your countries and you are constrained on the basis of the logistics being afforded to you? How do you feel?
So
Oh, okay.
it's actually a bad experience.
Mhm.
Like where you go to this competition and then you watch both country and 90 plus teams. They do have like majority of the equipments. Don't get it wrong. Team Labra is way better than some of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Team Labra is better than some of these things. Like we have competent people who are willing for these things. So, but just as it, we actually feel discouraged when we see some of these things happening where our country that we are way older than,
Mhm.
then they have more things, more equipment. Their teams are, are well supported than Team Liberia. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. In robotics, safety is paramount. One could say safety is very, very key. How do you ensure that your team follows safety protocols and maintains a safe working environment? Even if at all you want to introduce maybe a lot of people who are, because you want to get the idea across, or incorporate it into our very curriculum. How do you intend to be able to incorporate the safety tips attached to this?
Firstly, we do this by keeping ourselves tidy.
Mhm.
Our materials and tools we use, we keep them in special box, place them in the rightful places. And then we don't have much right now, so we keep ourselves good and neat. When we are working, we work in a safe environment. For now, we work at the ODC, or Digital Center. So that that alone is a safe environment. A lot. But we hope to be able to provide more safety rules and safety procedures to the students.
I was still talking about safety tips. If at all you guys are very successful, where a lot of people try to buy into your ideas, are you guys willing to have a documented safety tip to share with us, other Liberian students, how
Yes.
to
Yeah, we can
proceed?
do that.
Yes. First of all,
Mhm.
in every school there are chemistry. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
And for the fact that you are involved into SANS, it means you must read safety rules.
Mhm.
There are a lot of rules that are being instructed in the laboratories across the world, and these rules tell you if you see this sign, it means that it's a fire explosion. If you see this sign, it means do not touch this with hand gloves. So, like those signs, we can use the same for the robotics. Like the robot needs to operate on a safe and smooth flow.
Mhm.
So you will not look at the robot that you build with a only wheel that is not or already guaranteed equipped.
Mhm.
And you take it, put it on the road floor, you observe that the tire will lost or it will lose value and the robot will start. So you give you one safety step. If you are building a robot, you should be ready to build a robot fee. Like every challenge, the robot has a hidden fee. Human are not allowed on the robot fee. The robot is able to perform the job and no human is allowed the fee to help you perform the job. All you do is use the gimper and control it out of the. So that could be another stage where they will be allowed if more people are joining the process.
If more people are just is that when this kind of get accepted in our primary schools, in our secondary school, and even as far as the tertiary level, is it that you people would love for it to be based on a more practical aspect or a more theoretical aspect? What is it?
So we were taking both of them
Mm-hmm.
because we when we are talking about STEM, science,
Mm-hmm.
science is we actually deal with practical aspect, but for now we would like to take both of them because Liberia is just starting with this. Liberia always do have a system where you will learn, but then to practical last is a very challenging part. Same Liberia, we do this too. So, like, if you are going for first mover challenge is practical and theory. So there are teams that will represent that will be speaking of the robot that you build. What this robot can do, explain the robot, and do that theory thing. So we are there to teach theory and then
Okay, you are there to teach theory and that of the practical. Beyond technical skills, teamwork is crucial in First Global. Can you describe a situation where you had to solve a conflict within your team or find a way to compromise a situation that has a tendency to arouse a conflict in your team?
Uh, yes, first, if it is proven,
Mhm.
like we have people from different background
Mhm.
and different culture. So at first, if we are bringing all of those people together, you understand that each person will not know how another person behaves. So it will take you quite a little time to get used to one another. So within that get used to one another process, there is no major conflict between us because the unity is there. Everyone have everyone have people. So like during the first global major aim is to spread across unity between all of the nations in the world. We want to promote peace. So in promoting peace, first the peace should start from your team. So as Team Liberia, we can think peace with all of our students. Since I have joined the team, I have never seen any student got into confusion with another student. Despite we all from various backgrounds and diversity, but we learn to accommodate ourselves each other.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
to
you
add
want
to
to add
that,
up? Mhm.
yeah, we have our mentors there to avoid conflicts.
Mhm.
So with their supervision, we'll not be able to get into fights.
Yeah, it could be a physical fight. Sometimes the fight can be an internal fight, but we are talking about, when we talk about fight, we are not talking about physical fight, but sometimes an internal situations where you don't want the person because the person did something to you and you don't want the person to actually come close to you or the way you used to be open up to the person. That's the kind of thing when we talk about fight. That is what we're talking about also.
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
taking Liberia, we are brothers and sisters. We are one big family. So as you are gathered in this family, there are sometimes you understand that the family tree can bend. There's a common Liberian saying that the family tree can bend,
Mhm.
but it cannot break.
Mhm.
So that's the motive of things like you. There are sometimes we face our own difficulties, our own challenges at home, And then some of our students want to new start difficulties and challenges to bring it on practice ground. But trust me, all of a sudden you understand that some students right there, while you tie your face, that student will just jump on you and hug you and make you smile. So the united among the team is actually a constant source to our success. It's actually a constant source to a unique learning environment that Team Liberia is having. And that which we represent Liberia on an international basis, people will love Liberia always. Yeah.
People with love Liberia always we are willing to resolve every internal dispute that may have arises or that may arise in our fight to be able to get the idea cut across the country. So, what are your long-term goals in the field of robotics and engineering?
uh, like first first global goal.
Mhm,
The long-term goal is to produce a new generation full of engineers,
mhm,
artists, mathematicians, scientists.
mhm,
So our long-term goal is to see Liberia be a more technology nation.
mhm,
Our long-term goal is to see Liberia put behind herself
mhm,
all of the technical problem we have, knowing that we have people who are capable of doing or solving those problems.
mhm.
So I would just like to turn the floor over to my colleague.
Yeah, he seems to be very curious and very good. He wants to add, he wants to contribute. Yeah, tell us.
So Liberia is a nation way beyond when it comes to technological development.
Mhm,
So we as City Club Team Liberia, we want to be able to better the country. And everybody know that Liberia don't have more technology. So the fact that we are getting more people capable enough to solving problems in the country, technological scientific problems,
mhm.
not talking about any other problems, it will be a great help to the country.
So I want to ask the captain, in particular, captain. You have been and you have been across the country. You have gone through a more competitive process. You have gone into a more competitive process. Looking at the fact that Liberia is way beyond. A lot of people refer to Liberia as a kind of country that is way beyond the people that is beyond. How do you feel where you enter into a competitions? You enter into a competitive process with somebody who is far ahead of you, but you kind of you were able to man up your coverage and you were able to be placed or you were able to place the country at a satisfactory role. What was your impressions? What are some of those disadvantages? What are some of those disappointments you endured?
So if I representing Liberia
Mhm,
on the international scene like at the first global challenge in Switzerland, looking at Liberia, that which is the country that is behind the country that are behind,
mhm,
and then challenging countries that are far ahead of them.
mhm,
It actually motivates me, and then it gives me that spirit to continue to push on. That there are things, there are blessings, there are knowledge within our Liberian students that we ourselves, if we can help to overcome these people, to beat these people, or to win these people. First of all, it's not all about winning, right? But to challenge these people with technology, with robots, that alone gives motivation to me, especially, to continue pushing on and to our entire team. So there are some times where we understand, like, okay, Liberia is the only country in Africa, but yet then still, if we go for a competition, there are sometimes Liberia before shot, right? But we stay continue to push for it. We stay continue to win. We stay continue to grow up. We stay continue to push our ideas. Our robots make it in a very, 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 very unique way so that it can help our country win a lot of competitions.
it can help our country win Liberia. So, folks, we are in conversation with three brilliant Liberians who are from Global First Liberia team, and they are here sharing us their experience about how they do envision a Liberia where a lot of students can get accustomed to these ideas of robotics and engineering. So the number to call is 0770 13 13 18. 0770 13 13 18. You heard them, they are very brilliant. They have been able to clearly articulate their plans, their visions, and some of those challenges they have endured since the introductions and the establishment of these great ideas into Liberia. So let us get to the real talking points. In First Global, promoting diversity and inclusion is important. How have you and your team worked to ensure that everyone feels included and valued regardless of their background or abilities?
So my teammate here mentioned when he was
Um,
answering the other question,
Mhm.
we are all from different backgrounds
Mhm.
and cultures. Each and every one of us, we even have a Muslim brother with us. So the fact that we are from different backgrounds doesn't mean that we can be one.
Mhm.
So we come together as a team, as one unit, pushing one idea and achieve a single goal.
Mhm.
So we as a team, we play our role as a team. Each person do their work, without any argument. We joke with each other, we joke with each other, but we don't put up fights and arguments a lot.
And again, to make sure that everyone is included, like from the name of this non-governmental organization is First Global Steam Club in Nigeria. If we needed to sure it would have been the First Global Christian Club in Nigeria. First Global Muslim
That,
Club in Nigeria. First Global Maryland Club in Nigeria. First
yeah.
Global or Maserati Club in Nigeria.
Uh,
Because to tell you that you are involved,
uh,
we use the country at large. It don't matter which part of the country you are from.
Yes.
Maryland, Grand Bassa, Sando, anywhere.
so you don't see any segregation. You don't see any,
No, that's for sure. We don't have any segregation. So like, that's the fun part about it. If we have a student that is in Africus,
Mhm.
that is part of First Global,
Mhm.
then if they come to Liberia, we give you the platform to come and join the team.
Sure.
Because First Global, we are one unit. All the countries, all the 190 plus countries that participate in First Global, today or tomorrow, if I go to America to go live there, I will join that First Global team there.
Mhm.
So the unity is widely spread. It's not only about this team Liberia, but the unity is spread with the entire First Global entity.
Okay, can you discuss any outreach or community-related outreach that you have made to spread this idea or to get this message propagated to a lot of people? Have you guys been able to reach out to other communities? Say, yes, indeed, we have been able to do this, and this is what we have produced since we brought this idea into our country, Nigeria.
Yes.
Mhm.
To speak
Mhm.
like my captain said, this unique organization was founded in Maryland.
Mhm.
So to tell you that this message has been spread across,
Mhm.
imagine the distance from the southeastern part of Liberia to the capital of Liberia. This message has traveled from the southeastern part of Liberia to reach the capital.
Okay.
This message has been pouring, and the students on this team every year have been pushing this message. They have been their goal to get this message across.
Mhm.
They want everybody to be involved. That's why if you observe the first global, the set of age range, because if you want to create a next generation,
What are the age range?
it is from 14 to 18.
Mhm.
So if you want to be or someone who will create a next generation full of innovators, full of scientists, full of artists, full of engineers.
Mhm.
It means that you cannot keep one people in the process.
All right. Yeah.
Bring them, teach them, and allow them to go teach others. So that's how the messages have been crossing.
There's a saying,
Um,
teach one, teach all.
uh-huh.
Teach somebody, you'll teach another person, that person will teach another person.
So like for short, what they are saying, First Global age range, till Liberia age range is from 14 years to 18.
Mhm.
But if you reach 18, you doesn't depart Team Liberia.
Mhm.
You are still part of Team Liberia.
Is it that you are a mentor or
You
you
are a
are
mentor.
placed on a
Yes.
bathroom, you know?
Yes. So we have different positions for you. So like every time Team Liberia will not only represent Liberia just on First Global competitions.
Mhm.
There are a lot of robotics competition. There are a lot of STEM competitions that we should want to be part of. There are some STEM competition that will tell you that these students, their age is from 25
Okay.
to 30. So Team Liberia do have that students that will represent by that time. But for the First Global age range, is from 14 to 18 years for students. And then 19, 20, 21, you are our mentors and all your mentor.
All right, Mr. Captain. I'm a student, but all the days of my schooling activity, I have not been. I have not been the kind of student who has been very brilliant in the areas of mathematics, in the areas of maybe physics, chemistry. Can I also be a part of this exercise?
So like that's a very unique one. So the first thing that draws to our mind if we are recruiting students
Mhm.
is what are your abilities?
Okay.
since you are not a student of STEM,
Mhm.
you are not a student of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics,
Mhm.
but we can still use you. Why? Because you are good artists. You
Okay.
can draw.
Mhm.
So we are building a robot that enter the ocean to clean the ocean, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we are lack of the joint equipment or we are lack of the plane.
Mhm.
But then you are not a student that knows science. You are not a student that knows technology. You're not a student that knows mathematics. But yet instead you can join. So you can be part of the team. It doesn't matter what actually you are from part of. Like take for instance, geography. Do you know geography have a lot of science?
Yeah, geography have
Do you know
sciences.
agriculture? And now, scientific agriculture do make a lot of money in Liberia. Yet still, you are an agriculture specialist, but you don't know the technical know-how. If you come to first global same club team Liberia, it doesn't matter which subject you best at. It doesn't matter what you do, but we are there to help you get that scientific knowledge.
We are there to help you get that scientific knowledge. So, in when these ideas have been fully indoctrinated into societies, what kind of future do you see in Liberia? What kind of future do you envisage?
Wow, 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 wow. It's like the future I will see here will be too bright. I'm imagining seeing a future that is brighter than the sun. Yes, because Liberia will move far ahead, and people will be able to look at Liberia and say, "Yes, this is the oldest country in Africa."
Exactly.
Yes, they are good enough to be the oldest country in Africa because there is no modern nation, there is no fully developed nation in the entire world that will tell you that they have not passed through this process of technology, they have not passed through this process of speed process. First, to be a modern nation, you need a lot of infrastructures,
Mhm.
and all these need to be global engineered.
Yeah.
To be a modern nation, you need a stable network, and that needs an RT. You need a computer specialist to do that. To be a modern nation, you need someone who will be able to detect and create safety for the citizen. Someone who will allow the country to stay away from people. And scientists can do that. You know, scientists create a seismograph that can detect an earthquake. The earthquake is coming to take oh, okay, part of the citizen in this region, lower Magidi, let's move across to this other area, and then in a few times there will be an earthquake. Is
Exactly.
that is a lot of improvement. So if we are incorporating all those students of STEM courses and they are putting to use what they have or what they know, that will be far better than a lot of countries around here.
So, like, let me just add up what I said right there. Quite recently, in Liberia, went through a training process at the ODC, the Orange Digital Center.
Mhm.
So, at the ODC, we fixed an Arduino set or Arduino kit where if this is a studio where we are sitting in right now, and then you leave the studio, you get outside. Whatsoever part of Liberia you part of, we built a technology that if anybody enters the studio behind you,
Mhm.
whatsoever country, whatsoever place you are part of, your
Mhm.
phone will ring and then they tell you that somebody enter your office.
Mhm.
So with that, it speaks about the future directly when I was taking that course.
Mhm.
It speaks about the future. So I was like, this I have seen this in show and I've seen this in movie.
Mhm.
Is this real? And then I observed that it is real. Okay, take this as a textbook. Think like we are just learning about what we have as the traffic light. How can this traffic light be programmed? How can this traffic light be on 24/7 with the rain, the sun, and then it not spoil for 2 or 3 years? So with all of that, trust me, you don't have like grids that are facing that. All of the traffic lights that you have on the streets,
Mhm.
it is not Liberian made. But Liberian students are facing that. That cleared my mind about the actually it cleared my mind about the future. That shows that we have a brighter future ahead of us.
That shows that we have a better future ahead of us. So we have significantly touched base with all of those important topics while relating. So, what could be your caution? What could be your words of recommendations to people who are very, very interested in being part of it? Is there any way that they can have access to you guys? Perhaps you guys have a number that you want them, if they are interested, they can contact you. You know, is it that you have a number or you have a Facebook page because you spoke so much about technology? Is it that you have a Facebook page that they can reach out to you?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
there's a Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Fresh Global Team Liberia.
Fresh Group, Claim Liberia. You can say it again.
Fresh Global Team Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So you have to beautify it, so maybe a description, attach your description to it, so that a lot of people, because a lot of there could be a possibility where there are several other team like you, and you understand.
so like for Facebook, what my colleague is saying is that we are found on Facebook with this name.
Mhm.
First Global STEM Club Team Liberia.
Mhm.
First Global STEM Club Team Liberia.
Okay.
So the first, that entire word, it has to be abbreviated. So it's capital F, all the letter is F. FRRST.
Mhm.
First Global. GLOBAL. STEM. STEM.
Mhm.
Club. CLB. Team. TEAM. LRBERRA.
Mhm.
That's our name on Facebook. And for Instagram, we are known for First Global Team Liberia.
Okay.
First Global Team Liberia
Mhm.
on Instagram. And for you can find us on TikTok too as well.
On
So
TikTok?
yes.
So you guys are on all of the social media
On
platforms,
all of the
making it
social
very
media
easy
platforms.
for people to have access to you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
We are on TikTok, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitter at First Global STEM Club Team Liberia.
Mhm.
So just search for us there, and we want more students to be on board. That's our dream.
We want most students to do. So having discussed all of those things, let's start from Christopher. And what is your parting comment? What would be your parting comment?
Uh, I'm grateful for being in the studio today and sharing the information across the country. And I hope we have more people coming over to join the club,
Mhm.
and we can all make it a better place.
We can all make Liberia a better place. Isaac.
Um, one of my favorite mentors across the world, Muhammad Gandhi.
Mohammed
Yes,
Gandhi and leader,
yes, he's a father of Eden Independence.
Yeah.
He said in that quote, the change you want to see lies within you.
Okay.
So any change you want to see in Liberia is within you. It is upon you. It is sown upon you. It is a responsibility to take the first steps towards that change you want to see. Let others see you taking a step and they will follow. Yes.
So a lot when you get involved into the process, when people see how well you are
They are
performing,
progressing.
you know,
Yes. They know that this is necessary for this country. This is what this guy wants this country to be, and this will be good for not only him but all of us. Then everyone will get involved. But on your way to taking that step, there will be a lot of criticism. You explained it. There will be a lot of criticism. So to take a first step, one, you need to be determined. Two, you need to have passion. That's why I said anyone who has passion and is determined will always be successful. So it is of gratitude today to be here, and I would like to thank you as a interviewer, and it is my honor to get this thing message across.
you are most welcome.
Yes,
Okay.
because this has been one of our goals, and we have been working towards it. So it's now you are serving as one of our ambassadors, helping us to push the message across of STEAM technology and robotics.
Yeah, I'm deeply impressed by the kind of innovations you guys are, and you guys are trying to spread across, and
Yes.
attracting a lot of Liberians to it.
I will recommend to continue this process. It not only with STEAM Liberia, STEAM Club, but with other educational programs.
Okay, with other educational programs. That's a very splitting recommendations. Okay, to the captain who will give us the full detail. So you earlier spoke about the several other social media platforms in which people can have access to you guys. Can you describe the kind of photo attached to your social media page that maybe people you may have one more than 2 or 3 names, then people can easily get you guys.
So on Facebook, we our profile picture is we all are in this site today. This site that we are in is our profile picture. The entire team is there, where it's surrounded and holding hands together. That's our profile picture. And on Instagram, we are there with our logo that is 10 same team like white, blue, and red logo. And on TikTok, we are there also with that logo. So, like, if you open TikTok videos, one of the most trending development that we just posted on TikTok was when we was with Vera High Schools in like we were spreading across science, technology, engineering, and mathematics discipline to them.
Sorry to ask you. Do you have another upcoming event that you want the public to be aware of?
Uh, mm, I I want for the public to take serious note about the first global robotic competition that will be hosted this year in Singapore.
Um,
So we are going for the competition. The competition begins the 7th of October and ends the 10th. So we are looking forward to the public to access the entire competition by researching on first.global, that which they will have a full access of the competition and cheer Team Liberia to victory.
Okay. So it was nice having you guys in studio. You guys are most welcome. Whenever you guys are interested in having an airtime, you guys can contact us through the person you can take my personal number after the conclusion of this broadcast. You can take my personal number. Then we can be in touch so that we can be able to promote you. Once it is about education, we are willing to promote you guys because education is one of the greatest assets to the society. So thanks to all of you for being in our studio, and thanks for all of you for the level of innovation as well. So it was nice having you guys here.
Yeah, thank you.
Boy,
Thank you
you
so
can
much.
take them
Thanks
from
so
the
much.
table. So yeah, it has been fantastic here listening to three brilliant Liberians talking about robotics engineering. We have asked them all of the hard questions regarding that particular exercise, and they were able to brilliantly respond to all of those questions that were asked to them. It's a plus. I think this is the time that Liberians, educators, and prominent Liberians, people who have money in this country, can see how best uh, they can be able to attract these ideas so that these ideas can be incorporated into our national curriculum so that a lot of people can have access to learning, because many a times we only learn the theory in schools. We know about science, we learn the science, but actually the applications of those things that we learn in school is a severe challenge. This is why many of the countries are far ahead of us, and we Liberians, we have a saying where the people normally introduce these phrases in every bit of conversations we have. Most of the time, they say we are way beyond the people that are beyond. So I think it is very brilliant. It was a very fascinating, mouth-watering conversation with these three brilliant Liberians. And the good thing about it is that every one of them are Liberians. They you listen to them, they said they do not promote the issues about segregation. When you are a Muslim, you can be part of the activity. When you are a Christian, you can be part of the activity. Even though we don't have Buddhists, we don't have Hindus here. But if you are part of any other religions, you can be part of them. You just listen to them. You can search them on Facebook. You can search them on all of the social media platforms, and they will immediately be willing to respond to you so that they can quickly incorporate you and you can have a beautiful experience with being with them. So my name is K. Lyndon Togba. It was nice being here on the 18th of September 2023. This is how I would love to call it a day on day segment. So bye bye for to all of you who have been here. Let me try now. Vinny Jura, Elizabeth Nimlet, Fresh Global Team Liberia, when Jura, Elizabeth Nimlet. Okay, thanks to all of you for watching as usual. This is how